Would you rather have $100 right now or wait 1 month and get 120? Think about it and answer honestly. What would you choose? Because here's what's wild. Your answer to that question might reveal how fast you're aging. Not just wrinkles or gray hair, I'm talking about what's happening inside your body, deep in your DNA, right now. And the science behind this is absolutely insane. Researchers at the National University of Singapore asked over 1,000 college students the exact same question. They were measuring so-called delayed discounting. Then they measured the length of protective caps on their DNA, these things called telomeres. And what they found blew everyone's minds. The people who said, "Give me the $100 now," their cells were biologically older. The people who could wait for the extra $20, their cells looked younger, like they were aging in slow motion. Yeah, your patience, or the lack of it, is showing up in your DNA. When I was 17, I spent a year on a small farm in Mexico. No fast Wi-Fi, no Amazon Prime, bread took hours to make from scratch, and dinner started months earlier when we planted seeds. Around the same time, I started studying Chinese, and there's this beautiful phrase that I learned, 瓜熟蒂落. When a melon ripens, it falls from the stem. Not when you want it to, only when it's ready, and usually most delicious. That year taught me something our modern world has forgotten: patience. Nowadays, we are a society eating unripe melons. We have commodified time and avoid waiting at all costs. So much so that one study even found that if an Amazon page loads 1 second slower, it costs the company $1.6 billion a year. It's not just that though, we honk in traffic, and a lot of people can't wait 60 seconds for an elevator without pulling out their phones. But here's the truth. Every time you are impatient, you are literally accelerating your biological clock. So in this video, I'm going to break down how impatience ages you, show you the ripple effects that it has on your health, and give you the tools that scientists recommend to reframe your mind and slow down this aging process. Because how you wait shapes who you become. Alright, so first we need to understand the what. What's actually happening inside your body when you're impatient? It all comes down to something called telomeres. Think of your DNA like a shoelace. You know those little plastic tips at the end that keep the lace from fraying? Those are basically what telomeres are for your chromosomes. They're protective caps at the end of your DNA strands. Now, here's what's fascinating. Every time your cells divide, which they're doing constantly to keep you alive, those telomeres get a little bit shorter. It's nature's biological clock. And when they get too short, your cells can't divide anymore. They age and they die. This is one of the leading theories of cellular aging. Now, let me tell you more about that study I mentioned. Professor Richard Epstein and his team gave students that money choice. Then they analyzed their cells. Epstein talked to me and he explained it with two hypothetical students. Alex insists on taking the $100 right now, saying, "I might need it for a night out." Meanwhile, Sam waits for the $120, thinking, well, it's just a month, I'll treat myself later. On average, the Alexes, the impatient ones, had shorter telomeres. Their cells were biologically older, and the Sams, their cells seemed younger. Epstein put it perfectly. He told me, patience isn't just virtuous. It might be a secret to staying younger, inside and out. Now, this isn't about one impatient moment killing your cells. That's not how it works. This study doesn't prove a direct causation. It's just showing that those who are less patient have a correlation to shorter telomeres. But when you're habitually impatient, that's when the damage compounds. When you're impatient, your body treats that delay like a threat. It triggers a fight or flight response. Think of your body like a city. A little bit of stress is like a small rainstorm. The city can handle it, but chronic impatience is like a flood that never stops. The roads crack, the infrastructure starts breaking down, and that's what's happening in your cells when you're chronically impatient. Your cortisol stays chronically elevated. Your cells get flooded with oxidative damage, basically cellular rust, and inflammation becomes your body's default state. And all of that, well, it's chipping away at your telomeres, making you biologically older than you should be. But it's not just that, because the person who can't wait, they're also more likely to skip meditation, procrastinate on sleep, and very likely they'll go for fast food rather than cook. All these things independently accelerate the telomere shortening. Meanwhile, the patient person, they might sip tea mindfully during a wait, cook a balanced meal, and sleep better, and their cells reflect that. But it gets even more intense, because impatience doesn't just age your cells. It creates this cascading effect throughout your entire life. There's a massive 15-year study published in JAMA. They followed over 3,300 young adults, tracking their patience levels and health outcomes over time. And here's what they found. People with the highest impatience scores were 84% more likely to develop hypertension, high blood pressure, than the most patient people. So just think about that. Being impatient doesn't just make you feel stressed in the moment, it raises your blood pressure and dramatically increases your risk of heart disease and stroke. And the psychological toll, well, it's just as severe. In another study of college students, those with higher patience reported 47% less depression. Why? Because when you're patient with people, you build better relationships, you have better conflict resolution, and you forgive more easily. All of that naturally leads to better mental well-being. Just think about the vicious cycle here. Impatience leads to chronic stress. Chronic stress leads to poor health choices. You sleep less, eat worse, and skip exercise. Poor choices accelerate cellular aging. And the accelerated aging can make you feel worse physically and mentally, making you more impatient. It's a downward spiral, and it might be difficult to even notice that you're in it. Now, here's something interesting. Not all waiting is equal. And understanding why some waits feel unbearable while others feel totally fine, well, that can actually help us become more patient. There's a researcher, David Meister, who wrote this famous essay called The Psychology of Waiting Lines. And he identified these principles that completely change how we experience time. Principle number 1, occupied time passes faster than unoccupied time. The philosopher William James once said, "A watched pot never boils." When you're just staring at time passing, checking the clock, it feels like torture. But when you're engaged in something, time flies. Meister tells a story about a hotel in New York. The guests kept complaining that the elevators took forever. Engineers calculated it would cost millions of dollars to upgrade the system. But then someone had a genius idea. What if we install mirrors in the elevator lobbies? And they tried. And you know what happened? The complaints stopped. The elevators didn't get any faster, but now people were checking their appearance, fixing their hair, watching other people. They were occupied. The same wait felt completely different. Principle 2, uncertain waits feel longer than known waits. Imagine you order coffee at a cafe. You don't get a number, no receipt, no one says anything. You're standing there thinking, did they hear me? Should I wait here? Should I sit down? That uncertainty makes the wait feel agonizing. But if someone just says, it'll be out in just a minute, we'll bring it to your table. Even if it takes 7-10 minutes, you feel better because you know there is no uncertainty. Principle 3 is that unexplained waits feel longer than explained ones. This is why you will be told the doctor will be with you shortly, and airlines make constant announcements during delays. If the wait is justified, we accept it. Principle 4, unfair waits feel unbearable. If someone cuts in line, forget it. That wait becomes pure torture, even if it's objectively short. And understanding these principles can give us power, because now we can manage our own impatience strategically. So how do we actually fix this? How do we stop accelerating our aging and become genuinely more patient? Well, first off, you have to understand that impatience is completely normal. Kate Sweeney, a patience researcher, explained to me that these emotions are natural. Sometimes impatient is even useful, like when you need to move things along or speak up. But we do need to regulate these emotions, because the decisions we make when we're impatient have serious long-term consequences. And here's some tools that actually work. Tool number 1 is just simple reframing. Kate lives in Southern California. She uses this in traffic. Instead of raging, she thinks, well, at least I have a good podcast and plenty of gas. It sounds almost too simple, right? But it works. You're shifting your perception from loss to gratitude. Tool number 2 is to manage your expectations. If you leave the house during rush hour, well, expect delays. If the doctor says that recovery takes weeks, don't expect to magically beat the odds. If you expect a delay, you're much less likely to respond impatiently to it. Tool number 3 is a 20-second pause. This one's from Professor Epstein. When impatient flares, pause for 20 seconds. Take 2 deep breaths, inhale for 4 seconds, and then exhale for 6 seconds. And why would this work? Well, it activates your vagus nerve and literally lowers your stress hormones in real time. Research shows that just 5 minutes of daily slow breathing lowers oxidative stress markers, the same markers that shorten your telomeres. And then you can ask yourself, if I rush this, will it change the outcome? Most of the time, the answer is no. Tool number 4 is a future self exercise. Once a week, write for 5 minutes. What's one thing I can do today that future me will thank me for? This isn't just journaling for fun. This actually strengthens the delayed gratification circuits in your prefrontal cortex, rewiring your brain to be more patient at a neurological level. Tool number 5 is a micro-wait challenge. This is my personal favorite. Just pick one thing, like waiting at the elevator, making coffee, waiting at the grocery store, and practice doing nothing. No phone, no multitasking, just observe. Can you tolerate 60 seconds of boredom? This will teach your brain that waiting isn't an emergency you have to escape from. Studies show that avoiding boredom and constant multitasking actually increase impulsivity. So by embracing these tiny moments of nothing, you're building tolerance for bigger delays. It's just like training a muscle. You start small and then build up. Now, patience isn't about becoming passive. It's not about accepting everything and not taking action. We need courage to act when action is needed. We need compassion to connect with others, and we need wisdom to know when we should move or when we should wait. Think of patience as one essential ingredient in a balanced life. It allows things to nourish and bloom. It will foster empathy through deep listening and creates gratitude by savoring slow moments. Also, it builds legacy, like planting a tree that you'll never sit under. As the saying goes, good things take time. So the next time urgency whispers that you must hurry, remember the melon. When it's ripe, it falls, not before. And when it does fall, it's delicious. Whether you frame patience as a habit, a trait, or a virtue, the lesson is the same. How we wait shapes who we become, down to ourselves. So, $100 now or $120 in a month. Thanks for watching. If this video shifted how you think about patience and time, hit the like button and subscribe. We'll be covering more of these topics of virtue medicine that could literally change your health. And drop a comment. What's the one area where you struggle the most with patience? Is it traffic, technology, people? Remember that good things take time.